Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's Improvement Nugget. I'm going to be starting a new series here on the power of simplicity. So, there's a lot of things in the improvement world that can be accomplished just through very simple things. And a lot of times people struggle with overcomplicating things. I do this myself a lot, and I constantly catch myself trying to bring things back and dial things in and become more simplistic. So this time we're going to talk about checklists and the power of a checklist. I use checklists for a lot of different things, whether it be behaviors I want on a daily basis, monthly basis, annual basis, repeatable tasks that I do that I don't want to have to go back and do anything over or forget anything, I can use a checklist for. So I want to just share a couple other powerful places that simple checklists can help. So in the book, Everybody Matters by Bob Chapman, which is a story of Barry-Wehmiller, amazing company, people focused. He talks about pilots having a checklist, so they want to get you there safely. They don't use their checklist once a week or even once a day. They use their checklist every single time they do a task. He also talks in there about checklists that were developed for hospitals. So there were 440,000 people dying annually because of medical errors, and a checklist that was developed for doctors to help ensure basic safety measures. Um, in here, they talk about it saving, reducing 2.7 per thousand patients dying to virtually zero in just 3 months. And they talk about at this point now that checklist has probably saved more lives than any laboratory scientist's effort over the last decade. So, simple 5 point checklist, impactfully saving lives. Barry-Wehmiller then takes it to the next level, and they use that as inspiration to develop what they call their leadership checklist. So they got their leadership team together, and the basic principle is that most people know how to be a supervisor, but very few knew how to be a leader. And so they wanted definition around what it looks like to be a leader. So this checklist is what they came up with. So they have a leadership checklist that they look at fairly often, and it talks about the types of behaviors that leaders are going to display. So I want to share another checklist with you here because this is something I use it every single day. And this was inspired by Jim Valvano. And for those that don't know the Jim Valvano story, it's a great story. He was a basketball coach in the 80s and broadcaster at ESPN into the 90s, battled cancer, has a very famous speech about not ever giving up. And he says, a good day for him, you laugh, you think, and you have your emotions bring you to tears. When I thought about that, sure, that sounds like a good day, and you're really living a pretty full life if those things happen. But that wasn't a direct fit for what I thought the ideal day is. So I made myself a little checklist. I see it every day. It's on my to-do list. I made a visual for it. And my checklist is be a light, which I define what that means for me, exercise patience, focus on persistence, and display leadership. So I will from time to time sit down, check those things off. If I feel like I'm not getting those things done, I'll actually keep score. But the message I really want to send today is be simple, be intentional. And if you want to get things done consistently or accurately, a simple checklist is really powerful. I hope this one was helpful for you, and look for more in this series of the power of simplicity.